Perhaps the greatest issue we face is poverty in Kentucky. Educational opportunities in Eastern Kentucky are limited, inadequate, and no employment. How would you work to improve this? And do you really think providing money to people is the way to improve the deficiencies noted in Kentucky? Mr. Booker.
Absolutely. This is an important point. I live in and have grown up in what has for years been the poorest zip code in the state. My mom is watching me right now, a woman that went without eating so that I could eat. We grew up in poverty. We're weighed down by that. And you know what? Living in the west end of Louisville is much more in common with Appalachia than it is with the rest of Louisville, with high concentrations of poverty that is generational. We need to invest in people. We need to break down barriers to opportunity. And we need to provide an equity stake in the economy that we have busted our butts to build. This includes the people in the mountains that have had their livelihoods ripped away from them as they have worked night in, day out, only to be left stranded on the tracks. That is why I supported universal basic income, and I've supported it for years. Not out of political expediency, but out of understanding that if we want to break the cycle of poverty, we need to make sure people have the financial freedom to make decisions in their lives. And we know that we can afford to do it because honestly, we can't afford not to do it. And that is why I've been endorsed by the income movement. And that's how I've led on the ground in Kentucky, working with leadership at the local level to create pilots to move forward towards universal basic income so that we can invest in communities that have been abandoned for a long time. And when we do that, then we raise wages. We need to do it to $15 an hour. Incremental, we don't have time for that. Incremental means never to us. And we also need to expand new industries. That's why I support the Green New Deal. In fact, we need a Kentucky New Deal so that we can create more jobs, sustainable jobs, invest in the infrastructure that was mentioned before, including broadband, because if you are from a neighborhood like me, you live in a digital desert. Our internet is crap. And we need someone that understands this, not from political talking points or outside consultants that came in at the last second, but because you've lived it on the ground in Kentucky. That's why I'm building this movement, and that's why I've been endorsed by the Sunrise Movement, and we're going to win this race.
So